All right. We are live. All right, guys, this is going to be our first ever Sunday, well, not first ever, but in a very long time, a Sunday stock market breakdown live where you guys will have your chance to answer or ask questions about any stock you want to. We'll kind of get a breakdown of what's going on in the market right now, and then we'll jump in to a ton of other things. So anyways, as always, we're going to be doing this every single Sunday now in November for the Impeccable Stock Software birthday month. So anyways, we're going to get started breaking down the market and where we see that going this week. Then I'll go over some top stocks I'm looking at for this week. Then I'll allow you guys to ask your own questions and kind of be able to put in some stocks in the chat, and we'll actually break down those stocks too. So anyways, guys, I'm super excited about what we're doing tonight. I know we probably won't have many people on tonight since it is something I don't do often. But for those who do tune in, thank you so much, and do not hesitate to ask questions. So anyways, let's just jump into it right now. I can see that we're actually live, so that's good. That's always a good sign. So anyways, let's just get it started off here. I'm just going to assume that everything is working as normal. That there's no tech problems, but you know, we live in a world where there's a ton of tech problems. So let me just do a quick double check real quick. I just want to make sure that when I'm doing this, it'll actually semi make sense for those who tune in later and watch the, yep, looks like I am live right now. So perfect. Okay. Let's get into it. Okay, so this is the market. This is what we are looking at to assess where the rest of the market is going this week. This is called the S&P 500, and when we look at this, we get an understanding of what is going on with the entire market, because this tracks the top 500 stocks, or almost 505 stocks in the market right now. So as we can see from a long-term perspective, pulling out, this is almost about a year or so view, we can see here that we are trending up. We are making higher highs and higher lows, which is what we want to see for a bullish market. This is a great market to make money in, because we're just going to buy the dips and we're going to buy the breakouts, and it's going to be a great way to make money to the upside. For instance, dips are going to be when we dip down and form doji candles. Breakouts are going to be when we reach new all-time high levels, which is what we've been doing in the market. So again, this is kind of what happened here. If we zoom in to see what happened on Friday, it's actually something I talked about on my Instagram story, but we were looking at a actually doji candle setup. So what do I mean by that? I mean that we're looking that we've been trending up higher and higher and higher, making those new all-time highs. But what we are seeing is that we're having this slowdown here with a doji candle forming at a new all-time high level. What is this and what is a doji? Well, a doji is simply when a candle has a very small body, which is the colored portion, and then have longer wicks on each side. And so a doji forms whenever it forms at a key level, being either support or resistance. Then we start to see that change in direction. You can see here that we had some doji candles form near the support, and then we saw that reversal back up. If we zoom out, you can see here doji form back up, doji form back up, doji form 3 red candles. You can see here when a doji forms near support or resistance level, a new all-time high being a resistance level, we may see a dip back down. And again, we have been seeing a nice green run in the S&P 500. So a couple of my outlooks so far for this week is one of two possibilities, right? We're either going to see it continue to break higher and continue to see news push this market higher, continue to make new all-time highs every single day, or we're going to see the market kind of dip down and form a new dip buy, right? Because we've been trending up well. We have this doji. We can probably come down to this 460 level. Why would I say that? Well, because if we look at this level, let me add a trend line. That is where our prior resistance was right here, and we broke right above that. We did well. We did a small little retest. But again, if we can pull back down to around 458, 460, this would be a nice level to retest, to build some support, and then break higher. This is what a natural, healthy uptrend would do. But again, we are in a stimulated market. So again, if it continues to make new all-time highs, that wouldn't surprise me either. All right, so that's kind of our outlook for the market right now. For those who don't know, we can actually check out what the market is doing right now by looking at the futures. So again, the futures here we can see has been opened. They've opened at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, so they've been open for about 2 hours now. The time change is throwing some of us off, including myself. But anyways, if we come down here into a 5-minute, we can see that what it's been doing so far. So you can see here that we opened where the market gapped down today, and then now it's shooting back up. So what we're seeing is, at least so far, again, we can't really judge what the whole market will do for the whole week based on 2 hours of trading so far, but we are seeing the market is holding very neutral. And so again, that's kind of meaning that we're in line with that doji candle that we were discussing back on SPY, where we're seeing that doji candle play out, and we're seeing that if we break below, we're going to see a dip back down to to buy that dip and go higher. If we break above, then we'll see that move going up higher. So anyways, that's kind of our outlook on what the market is doing, or what my outlook is on the market overall. But again, we also have some top stocks to look at as well. So again, if we look at SPY from the impeccable stock software's viewpoint, we're seeing the exact same thing, right? We're seeing it trend higher. We're seeing the line is green, showing that we're moving higher. And yeah, that's kind of where we're going with it. Now, again, we are at that point where we're at that new all-time high level. So our risk potential and our profit potential is roughly the same. So we have that one-to-one risk to reward setup. But other than that, we're doing fine. I did want to come into the software here to kind of look at the top stocks that it's proposing for the week. So we have LIT, AMRK, TMF, whatever. We have all these good stocks here. We mentioned last week. TLT we mentioned last week. SOXL was a big proponent last week that we were looking at. But again, before we get into that, something I forgot to mention is when we're looking at what the market is doing and getting ready for the week, not only do we need to look at our key levels, which is what we looked at, our all-time high around the 460, 458 level, but we also need to understand what news is going to come into play. And so there's this amazing website called forexfactory.com, and we can go onto the calendar section of it, and from there we can actually view what is happening. So again, from the currency perspective, we want to look at USD. That means we're going to be happening in the United States. So again, we can see here on Monday, we're going to see Fed Chair Powell speaks again. Almost every time he speaks, we see a green market. So that's why if we get a break above that doji candle tomorrow, we'll continue to see that break above new all-time high levels. And so yeah, we're going to see him talk around 9:30 tomorrow. So just be aware of that. Again, this is in Eastern Standard Time. Looks like Tuesday we have Fed Chair speaking again at 8 a.m. And some minor things. So red is going to be huge news. Orange is minor, and then yellow is like whatever. And so like that, Wednesday we have some numbers coming out. The CPI index and the core CPI as well. We're seeing that. Nothing else much coming the rest of the week except the Treasury currency report. So what we're really seeing is Monday and Tuesday when Fed Chair Powell comes in to speak, then we'll start seeing some extra volatility in the market, which just means that we're going to see some more movement. Fed Chair Powell has a history of making the market go green, so we'll see how that plays out. Now, again, if we're looking at stocks for this week, we have Nokia on this list, which I love as well, SiriusXM Holdings, TLT, Cisco, which I love as well, XLU, XLI, Apbvv, which is going to be great for those dividend stocks. We have a 4.36% dividend yield, and it's also undervalued from a fundamental level, so we can get in on both a good technical and fundamental level on Apbvv. We also have some other stuff here as well, XRT. Again, these are going to be some of the top stocks we're looking at for this week. If you kind of want to see me break down these stocks on a daily basis, I'll also do that on my Instagram. I've been going live every single morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to see that, which is basically like this, but every single day, then you'll definitely want to check that out. Anyway, so yeah, so let's go into each one of these stocks. And then after that, for any of those people, whoever's watching, feel free to actually jump in and list the stocks if you want to see those being played out. Anyways, let's look at Nokia first. So if we can just jump into Nokia real quick, we can kind of see what's going on here. So Nokia, you can see here, kind of had that huge push up, which set that resistance level, which we're still holding down on. But the reason why I like Nokia is because not only are we trending up now, but we're also forming a triangle breakout pattern. You can see here that the triangle pattern is starting to form here, and if we can get a break above this level, we break above this previous high at around $5.95, aka that break above the whole $6 level, then we can see a pushback up to this previous all-time high, and then hopefully a break back above if the market continues to the upside. So Nokia, we're looking for a break above $6 would be a nice move to the upside, and that's kind of what we're watching here on Nokia as one of our top stocks. We have a 1 to 5 risk to reward, which is beautiful, a 4% stop loss, and about a 19% profit potential. That's up to the 689 level, but we can easily get up around here to the about the 689 level. Sorry. And again, these are similar stocks to it as well. But that's kind of our outlook on Nokia. But also like SiriusXM, I mentioned this on the Instagram story a while back. But Nokia, again, because I think it was around here when I alerted it, but we're still at that level where it can be classified as a great buy. But the reason being is because we have this the solid level on Sirius XM where we know where our support is right here. We know where our resistance is right here. So we can easily swing trade in between and make some decent profit in the middle ground. And so that's kind of what we're seeing here. We have the trend facing upwards. We have our potential to still reach that $7 level. And so there is some profit still left in Siri. All right, TLT is also something that we love, or something that I love just from a bond perspective, because it kind of gives you some diversification in your portfolio, because most things are stocks, right? This is a bond type holding, and so we can see that the trend is starting to break higher. If we can break above that 150 level, then we'll definitely start seeing that push higher, and that's what we're starting to see here, especially with interest rates being tried to press down to zero. At least that's what the Fed chair said in their last announcement. We can definitely see some potential for bonds to do well if we can see that change in interest rates. But anyways, that's kind of what we're seeing here. And yeah, TLTs can definitely keep your eye on that. Cisco was another one that I wanted to mention, is also like Cisco as well. You can see here that Cisco, because one, it just trends well. If you look at it over the long term, this is over the last about 5 years, Cisco has just trended really, really well. I mean, this is over the last year. It's just trended well, where we continue to make new higher highs and higher lows as well. And so with that, we know that we're just investing in a company that does well. And so that's what we're seeing here on Cisco. And so we can see that's just moving higher and higher and higher. If we can get in on this dip, which is what this is, then we can have the potential to go all the way up to our next break of high. You can see here each one, it breaks a new high level. And so our next high could be around the 63, 64, 65, even $70 level, and that's kind of what we're betting on here, with a 1 to 6 risk to reward, a 3% stop loss, and about a 70% take profit level. So it's really good. You can see here your ideal trade plans for whatever. Again, this is the Impeccable Stock software. If you don't know what this is, it just helps you do faster and better research for trend following swing traders. There is a completely free 30-day free trial if you want to check it out yourself. We have over an 80% accuracy rating, and it's super awesome. Anyways, going back to that, Cisco was one of them. XLU, XLI should be very simple. These are both the utility and industrial sector ETFs. ETFs overall do amazing, and so with having an ETF and also being in these types of sectors, then we'll actually start to see some movement here, especially when Christmas comes around. Of course, like we know in the United States, we do have a lot of transportation issues. We have a lot of shipping cargo out still in the ocean, not willing to come in because we don't have enough workers. We don't have anything going on, which is quite sad. But I'm sure we'll get everything situated for Christmas because, again, that's kind of where most of the money is made in our consumer market, and so they're going to make sure it gets there. Anyways, Apbvv is another one I wanted to look at just because it's going to be a great dividend stock, as well as it's starting to trend well right now as well. You can see here it holds fairly neutral, where like we stay in between certain levels with a 4.38% dividend, and it also being fundamentally undervalued. This is a great stock overall. Again, if you can buy it at these low points, that would be ideal, but we're also good at this level around the 117 level. And so again, that's what we're looking at, the market overall, the top stocks for this week. If you have any questions about like what you would actually want to see, or have any comments on stocks, let me know in the next couple minutes. I'll get them checked out. If not, then we'll end this live stream and hopefully build some more buzz around for the next one so we can get you guys on here and start doing a bit more. But anyways, for those who are also watching on the recording, thank you guys so much for being here. This is something that I don't do often, which is why it's not super popular yet, but hopefully we can make it popular. So yeah, every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be going live to break down the market, and then also hopefully have you guys on here so you can list your stocks, and then we can go on from there and actually break down your stocks as well, because I know that you guys have things that you want to hear and want to learn more about. But anyways, that's kind of like what we do here. The Impeccable Stock software makes it super simple to do all of this, and we're also making improvements every single week, so I'm super excited to have you. Anyways, I just wanted to announce that in addition to everything we're doing here, you can tune in for our daily live streams on Instagram, and also we have a 4-part masterclass. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how the stock market works, my exact strategy and why that works, how to find stocks before they explode, and so much more, all for free. So make sure that you stay tuned to our Instagram and to YouTube, because we have a lot coming in November, and I'm so excited to help you guys to get ready to crush it in 2022. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. watching this video. The market is overall bullish. We have some top stocks for this week, and I'm so excited to see you guys on this live stream next Sunday. Hopefully you can bring some friends and we'll have some more people on here. If not, we'll be going live on Instagram every single day this week as well. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please smash that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you next Sunday.